Okay, good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? Yeah, me too, Nico. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and we can do whatever you guys need to do. Last time in class, we worked on factoring and we worked on all sorts of different types of factoring problems. So we had lots of examples there and I think we did, I'm trying to remember the examples that we did. We worked on factoring out the greatest common factor. We worked on factoring differences of squares, differences of cubes, and sums of cubes. And we worked on factoring trinomials when the leading coefficient was 1. And then the last thing I think we did was we worked on trinomials where the leading coefficient was something other than 1, and we used the AC method for that. So there was lots of stuff in there. If you weren't here, and I'm not sure if any of you were, if you weren't here, go back and have a listen if you're having trouble with any of those factoring problems, because there are some good examples in there and also some info on how to use your calculator or how to use Desmos to help you out. So do you guys have any questions? Also, a reminder for everybody, the first project is up there and it is due on Sunday, October 25th. So not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. I just realized Samantha's initials show up as SI, so iPhone shows up as her last name. That's cute. Are there problems in the homework that you're struggling with? Anything, any sections you would like me to go over some extra examples from? You guys are so quiet. Do you just want the weekend to start? I know Nico does. Samantha, are you just working on homework and sort of keeping up? You usually have some questions for me. You too, Tiffany. Yes, please. You mean yes, please, you want me to do examples of something, or yes, please, you just want to work on homework? I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Yeah, I think we're getting an audio issue there, Samantha. Can you just type it in chat? Okay. All right. I think that I have all of the highlights for this last section up in the recordings from Monday and Wednesday. We went over quite a few things. So how about if I just hang out here and you guys can ask questions if you have them? Okay, that sounds good, Tiffany. Yes, it's hard to ask questions until you know what the questions are. So I'll just hang out here. I'm going to stop the recording because there's no sense in just recording a bunch of blank space. Yeah, I noticed that, Tirza. I'm not sure what's going on. Are you on a Wi-Fi connection or something else?
My Wi-Fi's out from the flood. I'm
Oh, okay.
on a hotspot right now. It doesn't really work that well.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and
Professor, you're still muted.
unmute by pressing like that on my computer screen, which isn't a touch screen. So crazy day. Okay. So I should not be muted now. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got two functions, and I'm assuming those twos after the x's are squares, right? So you have f of x is, oops, not 2. F of x is 10x squared minus x.
Yeah.
And then g of x is negative 2x squared minus x.
And then the negative 10's negative as well.
What'd you say?
The 10's negative as well.
Oh, thank you. I missed that.
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay, so let's try that. There we go. All right, so the first part they want, we'll just do this one part at a time, is f minus g of x. And definition wise, all this means is take f of x and subtract g of x. And the biggest thing is to watch out for your signs, especially related to the second term. I'll show you what I mean there. So here's the original function, f of x, negative 10x squared minus x, and we're subtracting g of x. So we're subtracting the whole quantity in parentheses, negative 2x squared minus x. And so then we're just gonna eliminate our parentheses. That first set wasn't really necessary, but the second set was, because we're gonna end up with a plus 2x squared and a plus x. And my guess is that if you miss this one, that's where you made a mistake. So I'm going to end up with negative 8x squared. Did you have an error in the sign on that last x?
No, I just got kind of lost when it had those numbers.
Oh, okay.
Not numbers, letters.
Just sort of getting started.
Yeah.
So with any operation, when they put the two functions together and then the little parenthesis x, it just means take and do whatever that operation is. Excuse me. So for example, here's a related question. Actually, let's finish this one first. Because we didn't do the last part of this, which was f minus g of negative 2. So on this one, the only thing they're doing is they're replacing the x with a negative 2. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to replace the x with a negative 2. And we can use the simplified expression since we already did all that work. So this one's going to be negative 8 times 4, or negative 32.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm eating jalapeno chips and they got me.
Oh no, milk helps.
What I get for eating during class. Okay, what I was going to say about a related problem, it doesn't really matter what operation they're doing. So for example, they might have on here said, find f, g of x. And that just means multiply the two functions together. So you would take the first function times the second function.
Yeah.
So you'd just do negative 10x squared minus x times negative 2x squared plus x, and you'd multiply that out. So on that one, we'd get something like, let's see what, 20x to the fourth minus 10x cubed plus 2x cubed minus x squared. And then we'd add our like terms together. Minus 8x cubed minus x squared. So you could add, subtract, multiply, or divide two functions that way. And if
Okay.
there's a number in the parentheses, just do the operation first and then plug the number in.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.